Recording.
Okay. How come it's coming here, even though this is off? I'll have to turn this off. Okay. Got it. This meeting is being recorded. So,
Encuentro va a ser grabado.
Okay, I think we're ready. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Sanga, Saturday all day, December 11th, 2021. Not many more days left in this year. And welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining. Okay. Today, we will sing something, we will discuss something, and we will see what else happens. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatang Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Caitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitangscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchat Kalpataru Yascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Покажи свои глазки.
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Jai Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. So, thank you all for coming. We're going to go to the land of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We can picture the Thakur as being in Sri Godruma-dvip. Some of you have been, when you've been to Mayapur, we always like to go to visit Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house across the Jalangi River. He built a house just across in Godruma-dvip, a two-story house, a Paka building. At the time, when he built, it must have been quite a mansion in that area, which is otherwise, now there are other houses, but it's also a place with lots of very small, simple makeshift houses, Sharupganj. But he built a two-story house with a balcony on the upper floor off of his room, looking across the Jalangi to the Yoga Pita, to the place of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birth. And he would look across and he would have this vision of a grand temple being built. And that Adbhuta Mandir, wonderful mandir, is now under construction. So we can imagine Bhaktivinoda Thakur in that house writing. He would sit in that upper room where it's his bedroom and also his workroom, in which he also had these interesting, one, maybe two, I don't know if it was a British thing, but these wooden rotating bookshelves. So he could sit in one place and he would have all his books right there within easy reach, just by turning this rotating bookshelf with four sides. And that bookshelf is still there. That furniture is still there. So today we have Anutapa-laksana-upalabdhi, song number 4. Ore mana ki Bipada Hoilo Amar, mayar duratmya-jvare, ku-bikar jibere dhore, taha, hoite, paite, nistar. The translator, I believe Dasharat Sutta Prabhu, has combined the first and the second verses into one translation because they go very much together. So that was the first in the Bengali, and then the second, sadhinu advaita mata, jahe maya hoite, bisa-bhar kotilo, kintu e durbhagamor, bikar kotilo gaur, bisher jalai prana galo. Oh, my dear mind, now I'm just thinking, what if? Okay, I won't play with that now. Oh, my dear mind, just see what calamity has befallen me now. My soul is captured in a perverted delirium. Duratmya-jvare. Jvara means fever. So I think that's what he's translating here. Is a perverted delirium. Duratmya-jvare. Perverted delirium due to Maya's cruel, tyrannical treatment. Okay. Well, which burns me. Oh, okay. I spoke too soon. Jvare means burning. So I'm burning from this duratmya maya, mayar duratmya-jvare. I'm burning with material desires. Sorry, material miseries, just like fire. And with a hope of becoming free from all this, I took to the path of non-dual monistic Mayavad philosophy. Okay, I think he's really sort of merging everything together here, which finishes all of Maya's troubles when one merges with the oneness. Sadhinu, I took to advaita mata, I took to advaita vada, jahe, maya hoite. So that removes Maya. Visha-sebiya, bikar kotilo. Thus, drinking poison, I've successfully become rid of the disturbing delirium of Maya. But kintu, a durbhagyamor. But just see what an unfortunate mishap has arisen now. Bikar. Bikar means, I think, transformation. Kotilo gaur, this horrible transformation. Bisher, of poison. Jvalai. Although the difficulties caused by the material world have been eradicated, my life is now being vanquished. Prana, my life, is being vanquished by the burning poison, Bisher Jvalai, of the, that's misspelled, of the deadly Mayavad philosophy, of this deadly Mayavad philosophy. Okay. Prana galo, literally my life is gone because of the burning burning poison, Bisher Jvalai, of Mayavad philosophy. In other words, I jumped from the frying pan. We say in English, to jump from the frying pan into the fire. You have that also in Spanish? So he says, I was troubled by Maya, so I thought I'll get out of Maya. So then I thought, let me become one with everything. So I did that, and then what happened? Prana gelo, my life left. I lost my life as a result from this burning poison of advaita mata. Ami Brahma eka matra, e jalai dahe gatra, ihar upai kiva-bhai. Bikar jahe chilo bhalo, ausadha-janjal holo, ausadha-ausadha kota pai. By thinking, I am only spirit, Ami Brahma ek matra, one certainly burns up any attachment to the material body. Ejalai dahe gatra ihar upai kiva-bhai. But is that the real final remedy? Upai usually means how to accomplish something. But oh brother, is this the method? Certainly it is good that the disturbance of material tribulations has been relieved. Bikar je chilo bhalo, bhalo means good, but the so-called medicine, ausadha, of the Mayavad philosophy has now become an unwanted burden. I guess that's janjal, hoilo janjal. Another trouble all over again. So now tell me where you will get the medicine which will cure this medicine. Oh, I see. Ausadha kota pai. Pai, to get, and kota is where, the question, kotai. Krishna bhakti kotai hobe. Where is Krishna bhakti to be had? Kotai pai. Ausadha, where is the ausadha to cure this ausadha, or to fix this medicine? Ausadha. Maya-datta ku-bikar, maya-vada bisa-bhar, hari-namamrta hari-namamrta sadhu-bhavan sri-krsna-caitanya sri-carana. These two dangers, one, nasty troubles given by maya, maya-datta ku-bikar, and, okay, he's translating bikar as trouble. Ku-bikar, nasty troubles. And datta means given, and so given by maya. And second, the poisonous burden of Mayavada philosophy. Mayavad bisa-bhar. Bhar means burden. And bisa-bhar, the poison burden of Mayavada, can be prevented and curbed completely. How? By taking the nice prescription medicine recommended by the devotee physicians. Advaita nibarana. Nibarana means removing. Nivarana. Apada, this danger. Advaita, these two dangers, nibarana, can be removed. How? baidya-subidhana, hari-namamrta pan, sadhu-bhavan. So baidya means doctor, and subidhan, I think he's translating as prescription medicine. Sadhu-bhavan. The sadhu-bhavan is the devotee physician. And that ecstatic prescription is to drink with gusto, with great enthusiasm. The immortal nectar of hari-nama. Hari-nama-amrta pana. Pana means drinking. Hari-namamrta pan sadhu-bhavan. Sri-Krishna-Caitanya, sri-carana. Where to do this drinking of hari-namamrta? At the sri-carana, at the lotus feet of Sri-Krishna-Caitanya. So if we approach the lotus feet of Sri-Krishna-Caitanya, there we can get this very nice prescription medicine for curing these two dangers, edui aparanibarana. Okay, let me see now. Now, if I would, let me just try something. Ta-da! There I am. Two angles. Okay, let's sing. Let's try to sing. Dhore mana ki Bipada Hoilo Amar dhore mana ki Bipada Hoilo Amar mayar duratmya-jvare ku-bikar jibere dhore maya-datta ku-bikar jibere dhore taha hoite paite nistar taha hoite paite nistar sadhinu advaita mata jahe mayar hata sadhinu advaita mata jahe mayar hata disha sevi bhikar katilo nishasevi bhikar katilo kintu durbhagyamon bhikar tilo gon kintu durbhagyamon bhikar katilo gora Vishajalai pranageno Vishajalai pranageno Ami Brahma Ekmatra Jalai dahe gatra Ami Brahma Ekamatra Jalai dahe gatra Ihar upai kiba Ihar upai kiba Bhikar je chilo balo ausadha-janja holo Bhikar je chilo balo ausadha-janja holo ausadha kota ausadha kota maya-datta ku-bikar maya-datta bisa-bhar maya-datta ku-bikar maya-datta bisa-bhar edui apada-nirbhada edui apada-nirbhada hari-namamrta sadhu-baidya-subidhana hari-namamrta sadhu-baidya-subidhana sri-krsna-caitanya sri-carana sri-krsna-caitanya sri-carana Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaur, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura ki jahe. Now I think I'll turn that one off. Okay, back to this one. And yeah, that's nice. I like this ausadha-ausadha kotapai. Where to get the medicine to fix the medicine. The medicine's medicine. Yeah, there's a lot of controversy about medicine nowadays. It's interesting to observe. I don't remember there being such controversy like nowadays about medicine. But we're not going to go there just now. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm a little bit looking out the window because we just put up the bird feeder for the first time for the winter, because the little birds, some sort of finch, I would think they're called in English, have been coming around and perching in the trees a few meters from the window, and they're sort of looking like, so you fed us last year, what about now? Which is interesting. I think it means these little birds have memory. They have long memory. Little tiny birds, we say, when someone is acting, very foolishly, then we might, in English, we'll say, you bird brain, as an insult, somebody with a very small brain. But these birds have enough brains to remember for a whole year or for, 10 months, where they got some breakfast, some lunch. Okay. Now, I don't know if my audio is working. I just realized, oh, there we go. Yeah, so I think now we want to see if anyone wants to share something, any news. I believe, Chitrakarani, you have something, isn't it? Your story about designing and building an altar.
Hare Krishna, please accept my respectful obeisances. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, 2 weeks ago you asked if we do something handcrafted, and so I remember this temple that I do, and so I thought that if you would like to think is interesting, then I can share with my God siblings, also with you. I will. It's the so. I just first I should do screen share, right? I have never done before, so now I will do it. I say share screen, and then
Mataji, excuse me, when you're sharing, just select, when you have a first window, click share with audio. You have in the bottom of that first white window, when you select the screen to share, at the bottom of that window, you have several options. One of them is share with audio. So don't forget to click it, please. Thank you.
Okay, share computer sound. Is it that one? Maybe it is. So I click that one and say share. Allow Zoom to share your screen. Open system.
Yes, you have that share sound. You have a small checkbox, share sound in the left bottom corner of that first window.
I don't know.
The challenges of technology.
Sorry, I never done it before. Share computer sound, desktop share. Let's try.
So when you press the green button, share screen, the first window which opens is a window to select one of your screens to share. So
Yes.
Before you select the screen, just don't forget to click in this very same window. You have in the left bottom corner, you have a share sound option.
Yes, this I did it. Only the system preferences ask me to give
Yes, just give allowance to share, yes. If they ask you, would you like to allow to share, click yes.
Basic. Okay, I think I don't know how to give the permission. The problem is something else. So I can try to do it some other time because I don't want to waste the time of people. So I can try to solve it because I don't know how to give permission to share.
There's not just some button to click permission.
Okay.
Give permission, yes, something
share
like that.
Computer sound, share. Open system preferences, security and privacy to grant access. Okay, let's open system preferences. Location services, contacts, calendars, photos, speech recognition, accessibility, input monitoring.
Should be not so complicated.
Yes, I just it only takes some time. System preferences. I'm in system preferences and I'm looking for how to give permission to this. Security and privacy. General required chain.
Maybe
I really don't know at the moment.
I get the impression you're sort of looking in the wrong place. Otherwise, it shouldn't be so complicated.
The problem is computer doesn't allow me to share the screen.
Yes, Guru Maharaj, she has a like a on the system level. System level doesn't allow to share the sound. Actually, she needs to give a permission in the system preferences, which is not.
It doesn't allow me to share my screen also. So I should somehow deal with it later, and then I can share after, because I really don't know. I didn't do it.
Yes, I can connect to remotely to your computer, so we'll check into it. So maybe just to do it either later or next time. Maybe.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Well, yes. Something to look forward to. Okay. Anyone else have anything to share? Any news? I wanted to, I don't know if, let's see. Yeah, she is not with us, but I wanted to mention, I just got the news. Sita Rani in Hong Kong sent me a message. Quite suddenly, sadly, her husband has left this world. He was ill with cancer, so he was gradually declining, but she said now rather suddenly he has departed. So please convey your prayers for Sita Rani, for her husband, who was, how shall we say, he was always tolerant, I would say, of her wife's devotional life. To my knowledge, he never objected, he never complained. He was not himself inclined, at least externally, to Krishna bhakti, but he always was accepting. And he rendered service a few times. He picked me up from the airport in Hong Kong. And so our prayers are with him and for Sita Rani to adjust to this new challenging situation in her life. Yes, and on a happier note, as 2 or 3 of you know, I would say it's good news. We've been seeing some interest from some devotees able to translate my book, Cow Care book, into different languages. We see Soumya Karani, she's making arrangements. She's putting together a team for translating it into Russian. Prema Sarovara is working on it in Mandarin. And we're also, it looks like we're going to have a Spanish translation from Jananivas. Is Jananivas with us? No. It's difficult because he's on the California side, so it's very early in the morning for him. Anyway, he wants to translate into Spanish. But the problem has been, how do we go about getting permission, doing all the legal things with the publisher? So I finally wrote the publisher and asked their department for translations. I found the right department. And they wrote back with surprisingly good news. They said, oh, your book is open access. Open access means it's open, it's free, it's available, anybody. You can just go ahead and translate it and publish it. And all you have to do is put the right credits in the book, and that's all. Finished. So that's a big green light for getting the book into other languages. And that's my news. Let's see, then, Kaveri, you have something.
Yes, Gurudev, Hare Krishna and Hare Krishna to all my God siblings. It's
Hare
very
Krishna.
small, but I wanted to share because it makes me very happy. This last year, beginning of this year, I started a book club. I mentioned this long time ago. We were reading The Artist Way. We were 4 Vaishnavis and creatives, not in different ways. There was a chef, a photographer, a yoga teacher. She's also into arts as well, and me. And we took it very relaxed, and we decided to meet once a month. We read it. It's like a 12-step program, recovery program. In this case, recovering creativity. So we decided, okay, let's do 1 chapter a month. We read, and then we meet once a month and we discuss it. And we all devotees. So of course, Bhakti blends very beautifully with Julia Cameron text, the author. So it was very nice. It built up our trust and also our bonds together as a group, as well as our creativity. In this year, a lot of things happened to each one of us in our lives, some losses, difficulties, gains, and happy moments. And last week was our final meeting. We finished the book, we finished the meetings, and it was so beautiful what we created. It was the first time I read this one. For one of them, it was already, she already done the book club more than once. But it was so beautiful. First of all, the commitment to see a group, to be in a group that is committed to meet. And we kept it very simple. We just wanted to share. It wasn't a class. It was just like the 4 of us sharing together. It was based on trust and respect and kindness. And we were from very different parts of the world. There was one devotee from Iran, one from New York, me in Boston, and one in Mexico. And so even when we were sharing things, our backgrounds were so different. And it was also mind-opening and heart-opening, and it was beautiful, really. And I'm very happy. And we tried also to, from the heart, see how can we be creatives in Bhakti. And of course, you're such a source of inspiration for me to that. And I'm very happy. I don't know, I wanted to share that. It's very simple, but it has uplifted my creativity in all areas of my life.
Oh,
So I recommend
that's
that.
nice. Yeah, perhaps you want to explain a little about the content of this book?
Sure. So in this book, Julie Cameron makes the, first of all, she tried to debunk the idea of creative soul as a tortured soul, you know, the imagery of the artist being a tortured soul that in her case, she was an alcoholic. And, you know, as an artist, the first impressions you have, even if you walk this from young age, the artist is usually imagined as, you know, an excessive person, erratic, and it's poor, all very bad things, you know, like are associated with the lifestyle of an artist. And she said, well, that's not true. That shouldn't be. That was, it was built that way, but those negative connotations have no connection with really creativity means, because she makes the connection between creativity and the creator, and the great creator, which is God. And she's very open about it. And she said, you can call it as you like. You can call it the universe. You can call it energy. You can call it as you want. To me, it's God. I love how open she is about it. But she keeps that line through the whole book. It is our nature to be creative because we're made by God, who is a creator. And creativity, it's not just natural, but it, you know, it makes us happy, makes us closer to Him, and it should be healthy. I think that's also like a big part of the book, is how to recover creativity in a healthy way, and accepting. You know, I think the main teaching I like from this book is why God wouldn't want you to be happy. Why would He impose, you know, bad things to you? What kind of God are you worshiping if you think, you know, like it doesn't want to love you, it doesn't want to be kind with you. So as you recover your creativity, you should start feeling God is, it's kind, it's a kind person. And she very much makes it seem, or it looked that He is a person because interacts with you constantly. And she mentions the different way that you can reestablish that connection. There's no way to recover creativity without recovering your connection with God or with that energy, but here we can call it for His name, with Krishna. So it's very beautiful. It had helped me a lot with my understanding of, especially when you're a devotee, and in my case, I paint, I do illustrations. There are different things, different aspects this book have helped me with. One is my understanding, or what I thought I understood an artist meant, and the possibilities of creativity in every area of my life. Also cleaning and dusting of, you know, concepts of my life as an artist. And then more specific in the creative area, just to open myself to be me in this realm of creativity, that it's okay. Yeah. I feel, at least from what I talk to other painters and devotees, there's a way to do things. And especially when I speak to artists that are more, abstract, they feel abstract art conflicts with personalism. and maybe, you know, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. And there's some beauty in what they do, and it can be very personal, but because there's a way to do things in paintings, in traditional paintings, or in our paintings, they don't allow to express like that, and it hurts. It hurts because you feel there's something wrong with you, with your style, with, you know, different. And I think this book really helps to be very kind to yourself and your art process, and see how everything is connected. You know, like when Krishna says he's the ability in men, or he's the ability in people, it cannot be disconnected what you're doing with him. I mean, it can, but what I mean is like just the fact that you can make something, that energy is connected with Krishna. Anyway, we had a lot of fun and good. It ended, I feel that it ended very beautifully, because all of us stick together to the end. That's very positive. We became friends. No, the level of commitment actually surprised me, even from me, like it was amazing. And it made our lives a little bit better. So I think they passed the test, and we did it collectively. It wasn't just one person. Collectively, we made the experience.
Now
So,
you can have a T-shirt that says, "We did it, and we did it together."
Yeah, that was the name of the last set. We made it.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
At the end, one thing I would like to add, at the end, she expresses that this book, open access also, in a way. This book is for everybody, and people should not profit with it, should not to become artist way coach and masters and teachers. And she's not like, this is supposed to be ideally peer-run circles. But if you do want to, if you're like how you said, like I don't know, a teacher, a professor, or you're a therapist and you want to implement this, you can do it, but you also have to keep in mind to keep it in the mood of peer-run, non-hierarchical group.
Have to do it in the right spirit.
And the right spirit with the nonprofit, and it shouldn't be changed. Anything she says like, it shouldn't be changed. Don't make it about your ego. Don't make it about, you know, keep it as it is. Don't change the fact that I'm talking about the creator. It was really nice experience, I have to say.
Very good.
Thank you so much for your time.
Guru Maharaj, if you
Thank
want,
you.
I can try again. I just find one button. I'm not sure if this is the button, but I think I give a permission to Zoom, but I have to check. I'm not sure. I can try.
Okay, before you do that though, all right.
Oh.
That's fine. All right.
Am I sharing?
Well, now we have your overall screen.
Okay, no problem. It's something. So very quickly, when I think that was in 2009 or 11, I was just met with Krishna consciousness, and we had one. So there was an ashram in India, and they were teaching Krishna consciousness, and I was interested, and I was really into the philosophy. So somehow this ashram in India asked me to design an altar for Panchatattva. And they, at the same time, I'm looking for the folder.
We should mention your professional background. You are a professional designer.
Yes, I'm an industrial designer, actually. So
industrial designer, yeah.
Yes, so mainly about producing objects in an industrial way. So from India, they purchased from Mayapur big deities, and they asked me to design an altar. So I designed So first I learn what is Panchatattva, who they are, and I look at their photos. And so I make a research on Vastu principles. So very quickly I try to design this temple. And what I can see is, let me see, yes, that's another image. So I look at the images of Panchatattva, so where they are staying, living. So by getting inspiration from the paintings, I've designed this altar with backdrop painting. Let me see, what do we have here? Yes, so designing their beds and the doors. From the back it's opening, from the sides it's opening, also to put the necessary items for the puja beds. And then let's see what is the drawing here. Yes. Okay. So I start to construct this temple. Here is the temple work. Okay. Here the challenge was, while making the temple, it should be a temple which we, while doing, we should assemble it in Italy while doing, and then we should disassemble it and send it to India, and then it should be assembled again in India. So that was the actual challenge, because if you just construct it and if you do it immediately, it's much easier. So while doing it,
and this is all solid wood.
Yes, this is all solid wood because they wanted it solid. And this is chestnut. Yes, this is chestnut. So as you see here, there is Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. The mantra is been carved. I try to show very quick. Yes, here we are. This is all painting. And so I try to be faithful to the paintings. Sorry, there are hundreds of images, so I just don't want to take your time. And
from start to finish, how long, from beginning to design, how long did you take?
Yes, actually it took 9 months because I was pregnant. And so during all the pregnancy, I was completely concentrated on the altar, Panchatattva, who they are, what is their function, their guide. So it's kind of try to understand what's going on. It's quite mysterious. So as you see on the top, there is a roof made of copper.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so it's quite huge. You see, it's like 160 centimeter by 160 centimeter, and it's like 2 meter high. Let's see. Okay, the thing is, then I prepared a kind of instruction manual how to assemble it in India. So it's like, I don't know, like 50, 60, 70 pages of instruction manual of how to assemble it.
Wow.
So as you see, each step, but the devotees in India were so smart. They were all very enthusiastic. They were engineers. So they kind of have also the same motivation of assembling it. So you see, I make the sign of every single screw from where they should be screwed, like so that part was even more challenging than making the altar itself. So you see, it's deity house, then you put that one, then you put the marble like that, put a drop of silicone, and then mount this one. So it was quite a manual. How to do this. Let's look at the last image.
Amazing.
Yes. Now we are mounting the roof. So everywhere I wrote 1, 2, 1A. So it's like while making. So there was an instruction. So that was it. So it's even much more complicated than the IKEA instructions.
Oh, I'm sure. Definitely more complicated.
Yes. And so here is the final result in India. finished altar photo. Yes, here we are. And here it is in India. The Panchatattva are all installed, and there are these
Oh.
drawers on the sides for the puja items. And then, yes, here they are. Yes, and the backdrop drawing was really a paint, was made by an artist, oil painting. And the devotees in India, they make these nice curtains. Here we are.
Well done.
Yeah.
This is in Coimbatore, is that right?
Yes, this is in Coimbatore. Let's open, take a look at all the names together. Yes, I want to.
And this is the,
Here we go.
I don't think I've never been to Coimbatore. This is the ISKCON Coimbatore temple?
No, it has nothing to do with ISKCON. Actually, then, yes, this is the guru, so-called guru, but he was a bogus guru, and then he left everybody and gone.
Oh.
And then came out as a monk, Buddhist monk, after some years after. And all the devotees, they spread, and some go to Radhadesh, some go to Kshetra Swami, and but we were just very few, like 8 of them. But they were so sincere, so.
But is someone still, do you know whether there's still Panchatattva temple? Are they still worshiping? Is it still going on?
Yes, then the Panchatattva, there is a very nice devotee from South India. And when the devotees also left, he came, and then he came with a truck, and he bring the altar to Sulamangalam, even the southern part of India. He brought it to his city, and together with family members and also with the public, they continue worshipping this Panchatattva. So my dream is, I don't know, it will happen. One day go there and visit the Panchatattva and see the altar after, I don't know.
Yeah.
So this was 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. So maybe one day I will go there to see how it is.
Yes. And you should take Andre Yuvaraj with you, because he was, so to speak, helping you as you were pregnant.
Yes, he was with me. And what I was doing is, there was this little tape recorder. Like in Mayapur, they were selling this red Srila Prabhupada sound tapes. There's Srila Prabhupada just saying Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So I was taping it on my belly. And so this 9 months passed with this recorder on my belly and doing the altar. So it was quite ecstatic, and it was nice. And then what happened is, while making this altar, my womb grew so big, so huge, that the doctor said that now you have such a huge womb that even a 2 baby can fit into this womb. It was really huge. So as I understand, as I'm providing shelter for Panchatattva, but on the contrary, they are giving me shelter. Also, the little Yuvaraj found shelter in the womb, and then he didn't want to come out. It was for 2 days, he didn't want to go out. He was too comfortable.
Krishna, Krishna.
Okay, stop share.
Shri Panchatattva ki jai. Thank you. That's very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, devotees are so talented. Bhaktin Ipek, you have your hand up.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Krishna Kshetra Swami, and Hare Krishna, everyone. I also want to share something. I want to share the story of how I first read about Srimad Bhagavatam in high school as a part of my high school religions course.
Oh, yes, you were telling me, yeah.
Yes. So maybe I can share my screen as well. And let's see if it will work for me. Okay, I think you can see it now. Yeah.
It's coming. Something is coming.
Yeah.
There.
Okay, perfect. Although I started high school in Turkey, I studied my last 2 years in the United States through an exchange program. Yeah, something like an exchange program. And my school was a Christian school. It was actually a Quaker school. And since many of you might not know Quakers, they are a denomination of Christianity, which is rather unusual. They were founded in England in 1600s and just after the Civil War in England. And their core belief is that every individual has like an inner light inside themselves, and everyone can listen to this inner light. And through listening to this inner light, one can have a transformation of the heart and really live a life in line with religion. This is the meeting house in the high school. It's not a church. It was a place where we went once a week, and the inside was very bright, and we just did silent meditation every week. As a part of the school curriculum, we also had to take a world religions class, in which we had to learn about Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Islam, Christianity, Judaism. And we also learned about Bhakti Yoga as a part of the curriculum. And this religions class was especially beautiful for me because we had no exams, and we met 4 times a week, actually, quite a lot. And in each meeting, we had to read some excerpts from the scriptures, and then we had to write a reflection on them. And if it was a reflection that was really reflective, then we got an A. And that was like every day writing a reflection about religious texts. That was the whole class. I actually found the page of my high school textbook talking about bhakti. So we were learning about 4 different types of yoga, and when I was looking at this, I also realized that here was also an excerpt from Bhagavata Purana. So as the waters of the Ganges flow incessantly towards the ocean, says God in the Bhagavata Purana, so do the minds of the Bhakta move constantly toward me, the Supreme Person residing in every heart, when they hear about my qualities. And yeah, so I wanted to share this with you. This religions class was so beautiful for me. And at the end of the class, we didn't have an exam. We just had to come up with like a work of art as the final project. So this is something also like related to the what other devotees have spoken here before, like this creativity. And someone made a murti from cardboard, but I don't know whose murti it was. I remember, for example, there was a beautiful drawing of a desert with a full moon drawn by a student who was a Muslim, and everyone came up with beautiful works of art, and it was so inspiring for me. And my professor, I think he was also very special in the sense that he wanted everyone to have really a transformation. Even to this day, I know that if I go back and see him again, he will just look at my eyes, and then he will try to see if I have lived a life that's true to myself. And I think he would see it from, he would look for this joy and wit in someone's eyes to see if they are really living a life true to themselves. And I think that's really something valuable. So yeah, thank you. That's what I wanted to share.
So this was your first connection to Krishna consciousness, reading about the Bhagavatam?
I read about the Bhagavatam there, and we also read, I think, maybe 1/3 of the Bhagavad Gita. But I wasn't that much interested in bhakti, I think, because there was no one who would explain it to me. And I think, especially at those ages, having a personal connection is very important to really listen to something. But yeah, then it was a long story. Then I went to India just after high school, and I visited Vrindavan just by luck. Like, it was a lucky accident.
You stumbled into Vrindavan.
A friend of mine was going to Mathura, and she kind of dragged me with her. I wasn't somewhere else in India. And then in Istanbul, I met the devotees.
It's amazing how devotees meet devotees and become devotees. There are always so many twists and turns and unlikely events and so many things. It's nice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
And all of that was happening in a Quaker school. Which reminds me that some years ago, I visited a devotee friend, professor who teaches at Rutgers University in New Jersey. And he lives just outside Princeton, New Jersey. Princeton is famous for their university. And I went and visited him over a weekend. I stayed at his house. And it was Sunday morning. I came on Saturday, stayed overnight. Next morning, Sunday, he said, I was thinking of going to the Friends service this morning, the local, they call themselves Friends, the Quakers. Originally, they were called Quakers because they would get into these ecstatic moods and they would quake, apparently, some of them. Anyway, he said, how would you like to come? Let's check them out. I said, sure, why not? And so we went to this Quaker meeting, Friends meeting. And yeah, sure enough, it was silence. You're just sitting with the others in this room. And then if someone is inspired, they can stand up and say whatever it is they want to share with everyone. So a couple of people were doing that. And that was it. It was all very simple. There was one man was kind of acting as a, I don't know, not exactly leader, but sort of like a leader, just sort of like, okay, welcome everyone now. And at the end, so if anyone else wants to say something. So we kept silent. We were respectfully silent throughout. Anyway, also the Quakers are famous as pacifists. Many Quakers become what's called conscientious objector in America, which means it's a legal status which says one will not be taken into the army. My brother got this status, not as a Quaker, but by his great determination and defending himself. He had to go to a kind of, not a court, but he had to go for some interview or interviews as a young man, 18, 19 years old, I guess he was. And he convinced them that he was a convinced pacifist. Anyway, I'm getting off the subject. Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Can I add something very small?
Okay.
And yes, the Quakers are pacifists, but they also have like also history with slavery and other things. For example, they kept prisoners in silence, like enforced silence, thinking that it would be good for them, and so many of them lost their mental health. And all these were explained to us in the first week of the school. All these
they
controversial
told you all the
things.
dark side.
Yes, in a trip to Philadelphia, all the dark sides were kind of discussed, which I later thought about it and how interesting this was that they did it in the first week.
Yeah, that's okay. That's interesting. It's a kind of immunization. It's like, especially nowadays, you can read everything on the internet. So they wanted to, anticipate, okay, maybe someone is going to read something about us. So best is we start right up front and say, yes, this is our dark side. That's our dark history. Now let's get on with life. We don't do those things anymore. Okay, good. All right. I think now we could proceed to talk about the homework that I asked you to do. But before we do that, I'm going to invite you to say hello to each other while I disappear for 1.5 minutes. Hare Krishna. Okay. We are back now. Yeah. I should say briefly, Sinisha has a question about destination of impersonalists going to Mahesh Dham. So how is that? It seems that would be some sort of personal relation. I'd have to see maybe the exact context of that, and my first response would be, well, that Lord Shiva is very merciful, and it could be that he gives a place for the impersonalists. There are many Shaivites who, Kashmiri Shaivism in particular is a kind of non-dual Shaivism. Anyway, I would just say Lord Shiva is very merciful. If he wants, he can give shelter to the impersonalists. He's a devotee of Krishna, so it could be that he makes them into devotees. But the general principle is everyone gets what they want. Ye yatamam prapadyante tang sataiva vajamyam. Everyone gets just what they want. Krishna reveals himself just how everyone wants. Because he's perfectly reciprocating. Okay. So now I proposed last time that we look at a particular verse, and I think I realized I may have given you the first number. I may have given you the wrong verse number, but it would have pointed you eventually to the right verse. But let me see now. Yeah, just checking here. Daityesha wrote to me. He's busy with translating, so he wrote his comments. One of which I didn't quite, the first one I didn't quite get the connection with what we're talking about, but let's see. He's saying impersonalism as well as Mayavad philosophy is the cultural religious context. Okay, well, let's first look at the verse. What was the verse? Ai dina dayadra nat jahe. Maturanata kadavalokyase. Hridayang tvadaloka kataram. Dayata brahmyati kim karomyaham. Yeah, did I say verse 201? Or did I did. I said two. Anyway, when you read that, you may have then really wondered, what's this about? Which is fine, because then it sent you back, right? And you discovered, oh, he's quoting the first two words of the verse, which is in 197, right? Okay, so, and then you also found, if you went to the other context in Antyalila, you saw the actual verse. O my Lord, O most merciful Master, O Master of Mathura, when shall I see you again? Please, because of my not seeing you, my agitated heart has become unsteady. O most beloved one, what shall I do now? And what I was asking you to do is to look at the context of this verse. And I was suggesting that two kinds of benefits from that. One is that from the context is illuminating the verse, and then it can work the other way around. The verse is illuminating the context. So it becomes a kind of reverberation, resonation. And when we think of the verse, that can lead us to think of the context, and vice versa. When we think of the context, the story, in this case, what's happening? Lord Chaitanya is on his way to Puri, and he makes a stop in Ramuna. And in Ramuna, he tells this story of Madhavendra Puri and the kshira, which is stolen by Gopinath, Kshira Chora, Gopinath. And this verse is coming near the end of this chapter as a kind of conclusion. So just one response I'll take from Daityesha, and then I want to see what others of you have to say. It says impersonalism as well as Mayavad philosophy is the cultural religious context, mentioning Madhavendra Puri as exemplary, as Lord Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, common men follow the steps of a great man. Lord Chaitanya is stating Madhava Puri's greatness in devotional service in order to be followed, appreciated, understood, positioned, and not imitated. Yeah, that's very nice. We could say that's a very broad context. Yeah, we might want to say, the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita is within that context, Lord Chaitanya showing, demonstrating what it means to be a devotee, right? To be a Krishna Bhakta, rather than some sort of impersonalist, like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya or Prakashananda Saraswati apparently were before they met Lord Chaitanya. And so Madhavendra Puri becomes an example of such personalism. And we can say the whole story of this chapter is about that. The first, Madhya Lila chapter 4, and we can also say Antya Lila chapter 8 in a very, very different sort of way is also on that, making that same point. And maybe this is where you were prompted to bring up about impersonalism, because this disciple of Madhavendra Puri named Ramachandra Puri, what is his proposal to Madhavendra Puri as Madhavendra is coming to the end of his life and expressing his lamentation that he has not gained Krishna? His suggestion to his guru, Ramachandra Puri's suggestion to his guru is, what are you lamenting about? Just meditate on Brahman. Hare Krishna. Anyone else want to comment about this verse, the context or the contexts? Kaveri, your hand is up.
I think Dira Lalita was first.
Oh, okay. I'm not seeing the... Yes, Dira Lalita.
Krishna Maharaj, I'm hoping that I have understood the homework. I made some concentric circles, and but I was just thinking that I have done only a quarter of a homework, because I was thinking this way. There are two verses which are the same, but they're in a different context. Because one is in Madhya Lila, the 4th chapter, where Lord Chaitanya is telling this wonderful story and pastime of Madhavendra Puri, and the other one is where Ramachandra Puri offends his guru and then insults Lord Chaitanya.
Mm-hmm.
So what I have done only a verse of Madhya Lila 4197, how that verse illuminates the context. Mm-hmm. So I started from the verse up. So that's a quarter. The other quarter would be how does the context illuminates the verse of Madhya Lila, this particular verse. And the other 2 quarters would be Antya Lila 834.
Mm-hmm.
To context. So if I'm allowed, I can share only this verse that illuminates the context. So in the middle of a circle is the verse, 197, and then I have 8 illuminations that I have come up with. And I must say that this Chaitanya Subodhini, that I have this book which looks like this. It helped me so much. It's a fantastic book.
Yeah, this is done by devotees at Govardhan Eco Village in Maharashtra. Yeah, it's a whole series of study guides for the Bhagavatam and also Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yes. And I was also using this book as well, because this book actually divides the whole chapter into different verses, and then and they sum up the verses that points to this particular point. and understanding of what's going on in there on a deeper level. But before that, I just wrote my own writing because I found this searching through this verse extremely highly elevated verse that I can't even tap into that sort of feeling that Madhavendra Puri was feeling when he was leaving the body. So please bear with my shallowness on this. So it goes like this. So first, for me, this verse illuminates. So I'm starting from the verse, the actual verse. Illuminates a great mercy of the Lord upon Sri Madhavendra Puri by increasing his attachment and love in separation for Krishna, by not showing himself in the front of Sri Madhavendra Puri in the time of his departure from this world. So the second illuminates the activities of devotional service and complete surrender of Sri Madhavendra Puri to Krishna through his deities. Then a third one illuminates that Sri Madhavendra Puri's qualities, that he is completely renounced, parama virakata, always silent, uninterested in everything material, and without a companion. So the fourth illumination I found at the Madhavendra, this verse gives an example of a pure Vaishnava and therefore hope for the aspiring devotees of Lord Krishna. The fifth illumination illuminates the relationship between Krishna's pure devotee and Krishna in the sense that Sri Madhavendra Puri surrender was so complete that the Lord in form of a deity spoke to him. And Sri Madhavendra Puri took the Lord's words into his heart and fulfilled his desire. The sixth, and obviously all these illuminations have a deeper and deeper, more illuminations that could go so much deeper. And the sixth one illuminates the very end goal and purpose of one's devotional service, which is a great increase of love and separation from Lord Krishna. And the seventh is that this verse illuminates worship in separation when the devotee thinks he's neglected by the Lord. Like Srimati Radharani, when Lord Krishna left for Mathura, and illuminates Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's emotions of Srimati Radharani when she met Uddhava in Vrindavan. And this verse expresses the similar feeling. Sri Madhavendra Puri in this verse expresses a similar feeling to that. This is only mine, superficial, just comparing it's nothing to do with the actual realization. Far from that. And the last one that I have, maybe 8 or 9, 8 one is that illuminates the meaning of Hare Krishna movement and descending knowledge through Guru Parampara, through Sri Madhavendra Puri, Lord Chaitanya, and Acharya Srila Prabhupada's also passing knowledge to his disciples and his disciples to their disciples. And then I put me at the end. Like me, you said, whether we could put ourselves, what is this verse illuminates for us personally, as I understood it like that. I don't know if I understood it properly. And for me is my or our Guru Maharaj wanted us to read this chapter because that one can get the glimpses of what attaining the love of Krishna is. And for me, it was just a great journey. I wish I could have a longer time to actually, and I don't even know if I got it, if I have actually done my homework in the way that you were asking us to do. I don't even know if I missed it.
Thank you. Thank you. No, there's no hard and fast rule, and we're just exploring. And I wanted, especially in the connection with our ongoing hermeneutics project, to kind of give like an exercise. But I was thinking this will be especially fun because, it's a very rasika verse. And then from this, we can look at the context to get a deeper sense of the meaning. Okay, thank you. So now, okay, Kaveri, your hand is up.
Thank you. So my notes were same prayer, one recited by the devotee of the Lord and one recited by the Lord as a devotee, because I picked up the 201 when Lord Chaitanya is remembering and he can't finish the prayer.
Right.
So Lord Chaitanya couldn't finish remembering the devotee Madhavendra who remembered the devotee Radha. It's all this blending of same moods and flavors and the devotee and the Lord, like an inception of those identities. Both chapters remember how exalted Madhavendra Puri was. Madhya in the Madhya Lila, recounting his personal Lila with Krishna. In Antya, in the context of criticism, the disciple who was not present before the Lord, only in dreams, Madhavendra, was closer to Krishna. Ramachandra, although embraced him directly, embraced the Lord directly, couldn't have been further away from him, and made it in history and in this sacred text as to example to be avoided. Very different reputation, prestige, pratishtha, if he was going for that. Dina being, I think, being poor, I think it imbibes simplicity versus the entitlement that Ramachandra felt to criticize, and how different directions that took. And then on a personal note, also, as I was reading the whole chapter, I thought in the verse 829, Ishvara Puri was always chanting the holy name and pastimes of Lord Krishna for Madhavendra Puri to hear. In this way, he helped Madhavendra Puri remember the holy name and pastimes of Lord Krishna at the time of death. And I felt how important it is to have that person that reminds you of Krishna next to you at the time of that. If you're not self-realized as Madhavendra Puri was, who he immediately detected in his disciple, like, now that's not what I want to hear. But for those like me that are not so strong, like just to have the right person next to you is so important and crucial at that time. That's all. Thank you.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about, two things with chapter 4 of Madhya Lila. The fact that Lord Chaitanya has, not long before this, he has taken sannyas, he's left home, and he's on his way to Puri, following his mother's order. And Puri is, of course, the place of Jagannath. And who is Jagannath? Jagannath is the Lord. This is something that Madhavananda Prabhu, who lives in Puri, talks a lot about, is how Lord Jagannath is, he is the Lord of separation. He is Krishna in Dwaraka, in the mood of longing to be in Vrindavan. And Lord Chaitanya is on his way to Puri to have darshan of Jagannath. And he is sort of in a progressive way, he's uncovering in himself this mood of being a devotee in general, which he got from Ishvarapuri especially. He had this transformation when he was initiated by Ishvarapuri, and then only a year later he takes sannyas. And that sort of closes the circle with this chapter 8 in Antyalila, showing the greatness of Ishvarapuri. But here, he's talking about this pastime with Madhavendra Puri and Kshirachor Gopinath. And it's sort of building up in himself as he's speaking to Nityananda Prabhu. And there were 3 other devotees with him, Mukunda-datta and 2 others, I forget now. Nityananda Prabhu and Kunda-datta and 2 other devotees. And he's telling this story, and then he's getting more and more absorbed in it. This is about his guru's guru. And he's showing how exalted his guru's guru is. And then he's really establishing at this moment how he is taking up that seed which is expressed in this verse. I think that's explained by Prabhupada in the purport, maybe this purport, that Ayi Dina Dayardana Jahe, this mood of Srimati Radharani, of separation, which was revealed by Madhavendra Puri to the followers of Madhvacharya for the first time. Now he's taking it and he's going to unpack it. It's like it's all packed up in this seed of this one verse, Ayi Dina Dayardana Jahe. And it's going to explode in the life of Lord Chaitanya when he comes to Puri, and then further he will travel and eventually come back to Puri, and then it's just going to be flowing constantly in his life. But at this point he is choking on this verse, Ayi Dina, Ayi Dina. It wants to come out, but it can't come out because he's already feeling such intense emotion. He's identifying already with that emotion of separation, viraha, which is understood as is explained here. Who can understand this? Actually, only Srimati Radharani and Madhavendra Puri and Lord Chaitanya can understand this verse. But it's kind of a paradox because in verse 192 it mentions Ghasite Ghasite Jache Malaya-jasar Ganda Badhe Taiche Eshlokir Bichar. Continuous rubbing increases the aroma of Malaya sandalwood. Similarly, consideration of this verse, Ayi Dina Dayardana Jahe, consideration of this verse increases one's understanding of its importance. So that's also why I thought, let's focus on this verse. It's something we're meant to appreciate as the seed of our whole tradition. But also I wanted to call attention, going back to verse 186. And yeah, I'll just read it. And there's a nice purport you can read, which has one quite amazing line. Okay, 186. Pragada premera e shabhava-char, nijya dukkha vignadir nakore vichar. This is the natural result of intense love of Godhead. The devotee does not consider personal inconvenience or impediments. In all circumstances, he wants to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pragada premera, intense love of Godhead. E shabhava-char, this is the sabhava-char, the natural behavior. Nija dukkha vigna adi, his or her own dukkha, obstacles, etc., nakare vichar, are not considered. He or she does not consider them. In Prabhupada's purport, and you can read this purport sentence by sentence and see it's quite amazing actually how Prabhupada explains this verse and elaborates. And then at one point he says, to elaborate on this nakare vichar, he says, an intense lover of Krishna does not care for any number of material discomforts, scarcity, impediments, or unhappiness. So 4 things: material discomforts, scarcity, impediments, or unhappiness. None of these are obstacles for the devotee. So that's quite powerful. Hare Krishna. Analiya. I want to also extend to you my condolences for the departure of your mother.
Thank you very much, my Guru Maharaj.
Do you want to say anything about your mother to the devotees?
I'm very emotional. I will be thankful forever with her, because she was the person who teach me to believe in God. That's it.
That's
and,
it. Okay.
She teach me to believe in God and to pray, and this is how I found Krishna.
Uh-huh.
She always teach me that Jesus. She was Catholic, very Christian, and she left on the day of the Virgin, December 8th. I don't know if around the world they celebrate that.
Ascension, or Mm-hmm.
Here, the December 8th, we celebrate the Virgin. Entonces, she left that day. She was very. She always read the Bible every day, and this is the what I have most to be grateful with her, because she teach me to. She helped me to find Krishna. She teach me that, because my father was an atheist. He was a scientist. Yes. So she always like hiding. She teach me to pray, and she teach me that God exists. She teach me that Jesus was his son, and nothing like that, and everything. She left sleeping. I wasn't there, but all the days before we was listening to the Mahamantra together.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
yes, I'm very Janavi Mataji fan. So she loved it because she's so sweet and soft. And she have a Nishingadev cabbage with a Brindavan dust inside when she left. I found her when I went last Wednesday to walk her up and put the Christmas tree, and then I found her dead in her. Yeah, it was shocking. It was shocking.
Of course.
Pero
Well,
it's natural. I knew that will happen someday, but it was unexpected. So it was shocking.
Yeah, it's like that, this material world.
Yeah. So when they give me her ashes, and next time I go to India, I'll take her.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yes, I know. I did with my father the same, and with my best friend also, that the person who introduced me to the devotees, my very good friend Sergio Guerra, and all of them are resting in Yamuna. So I will do the same with my mother.
Okay,
as soon as I have the chance.
It's nice also if you can write about her, some memory. Maybe it's too early for you now, but
yes.
After some time it can be good.
Thank you for your kind words. Kelly Parayana sent me your message. It was very warm because I'm still in shock.
Yes, give yourself time. Everything will take its time. That is natural. Okay.
Thank you very much for
Hare
being
Krishna.
Here. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
This is Hari.
Oh,
this is Indra.
Indra, Hare Krishna, Indra.
Hare Krishna, sí. Haribol.
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Dice Maharaj. Bien, sí. Very good.
Bien?
Very good.
Very good. Okay.
Okay,
So,
bye, Haribol.
Bye.
Bye.
Haribol.
Haribol.
So
I'm teaching him some words.
Before I end, a couple of things. Let's see how to do this now. I want to share screen, document, photo, Google Drive, screen. Okay, screen. See what happens. Okay, now go here, here. Okay. Oh, how come it's not showing? There. Oh, it takes a little time. There we go. Okay, here's another little homework for you if you like, whoever likes. And I confess I haven't had time yet to look at this myself, but if you want to note or make a screenshot, and then these are different places in Chaitanya Charitamrita referring to the verse Trinada Pisunichena Tarori Vasihishana Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. The numbers, the first number, 1 or 2 or 3. Oh, I think they're all either 1 or 3. 1 means Adi Lila and 3 means Antya Lila. Okay. And some of these are not the verse itself, they are in the purport. But again, the idea is, let's see if we can enrich our appreciation of this very core teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by looking at the context in which we find this verse, or maybe sometimes even one line of the verse. Let's see. Okay. I should, I guess, leave this. I don't know what to do but I will just say thank you all for joining us. And next week, next week, I think we're having a slightly different sort of event. Some sort of a birthday party is being planned. I don't know. And I think it's starting, is it starting at 1 or it's starting at 12 our time? Anyway, you probably know about this. So we won't be having, the point is we will not be having our regular Saturday Sanga, but we will be having a Sanga and it will be on Saturday. So it'll be a, what shall we say, a special Saturday Sanga, I guess. And so I will wish you all a wonderful week of illumination and inspiration in Krishna's service, in service to Hari, Guru, Vaishnava, Bhagavata, and Gita. And I will say, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Nitai
Jai Srila
Gaur
Prabhupada.
Premanande.
Jai Guru Maharaj.
Jai Guru Maharaj.
His Holiness Krishna Kshetra Swami Maharaja ki.
Hare Krishna,
Jai Guru Maharaj.
Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj.
Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Weekend. Jai Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful.